Hello, my gorgeous queens. This is the first episode of my new podcast, Can't Stop Talking. I'm literally freaking out. This has been a dream come true for me forever. And yet I procrastinated it for almost a year now. And so when I'm procrastinating, something that I do is I just take action. So here it is, messy action, no real intro, no music. I'm just recording in my sweatpants with a blanket, something I always dreamed of. And so here we are. So I'm Samantha Schneider. It is so nice to meet you. And I wanted to give you the backstory of how we are here today. So 2 years ago, I was working at Saks Fifth Avenue as a buyer. Any 25-year-old girl who loves fashion, their dream, right? And it was my corporate dream, but it wasn't my actual dream. My actual dream was to be an entrepreneur. Since I was a little girl, I dreamed of the day that I could literally sell stuff, have my own company, have my own free time, all the perks that came with being an entrepreneur. When I was little, my parents would literally buy me stickers and I would resell the stickers to them at an escalated price. Like I am talking about, this was in my blood. I used to have that little cash register that would like scan things. Oh my gosh, I made them do it all the time where they were like, we don't want to play store with you anymore. So I worked for Saks Fifth Avenue and I did it for 2 years. And I absolutely loved my job, but I knew that I wanted more. One point in the office, I turned to my peers and I was like, we could do a podcast. And they were like, what, Sam? And I was like, no, like seriously, like we could do a podcast. We could do it right in that conference room over there. And they were not on the same vibe as me. They were like, we love our 9 to 5. We don't need to go do something different. And that's the moment that I knew that I had something different in me. I had a fire that wasn't common. And so I knew right then and there, I need to make this happen. So I am a big believer in the universe. You will find a lot of that from this podcast. And what happened next was I dreamed of the day that I would be an entrepreneur. I mean, I manifested. And you got to be careful what you wish for. So the universe finally listened and I got furloughed. And listen, you guys, I was the happiest girl ever. I was delighted. I was like, this is my chance. I'm furloughed. This is my chance to finally make it as an entrepreneur. In that moment, I realized not all the things that are supposed to make you happy will make you happy, and not all the things that are supposed to make you sad will make you sad. I had so many people be like, oh, I'm so sorry you got furloughed. I was so embarrassed to tell people. But deep down, I was ecstatic. I was like, this is my chance. Thank you, universe. I knew that you gave me this opportunity because there's no way I would have been able to actually go through it on my own. So what happened next is for 3 months, I literally tried anything, right? I tried drop shipping and I actually built a whole drop shipping store. And I know that I could have made it successful, but it wasn't sticking, like it became a chore to work on it. It's not something that I had a lot of passion about in the moment, maybe in the future, who knows. But what really happened is I always wanted to be a life coach. All my friends always came to me to make them feel better. And it is my favorite thing in the world to have anyone who's feeling sad, low vibe, upset about a situation, make them feel better. And so I knew I wanted to be a life coach. However, those pesky limiting beliefs obviously came in. I felt, who am I to do that? I'm too young. I need to have like 30 years of experience. I need to have a successful business. I need to have a job. Who am I to be a life coach when I was only 25 years old? So, what happened next is one of my favorite inspirations. I listened to her podcast, Amanda Frances, if you guys know her, but I love to give credit where credit is due. And she said that she started her life coaching business at 25 years old. So, right then and there, every limiting belief that I ever had just ran out the window. Next, I saw Vanessa Lau had a course on coaching, and she was making six figures at my age. And the steps just started to fall in line. I'm like, all right, perfect. Now I'm going to take this course. It was the most I had ever invested. It was $1,000. And I was like, oh, is this real? Is this serious? Like, am I going to do this? And immediately I knew the answer was, and I clicked buy. So what happened next after I decided, yes, I'm doing this life coaching, I'm 100% in, Saks called me back and they were like, it's time to come back to work. You're no longer furloughed. In that moment, I've never been so certain on what I had to do. I had to quit. I am not someone who does two things at once. I'm not a juggling act. I'm very like, I have to do this all at once. Like, for example, I'm sitting down, I made the podcast cover yesterday, and now I'm recording this episode today, and I just have to get it out there. No preparation, messy action. That's who I am. That's who you'll learn from this podcast, and it works for me. So I decided, I had this gut feeling, and I'm not good at decisions, but I knew I was more certain than anything in my life that I had to quit my job without knowing my real next steps. I wasn't making any money. I had just built my Instagram account. Like, seriously, there was no success in near sight. I just had to listen to my intuition. So my mom, my sister, my best friend, they were all like, I think you should go back to work. And they obviously love me and know what's best for me, but I never felt so certain about anything in my whole entire life. And so I quit. And I told my dad that I got fired. He still doesn't know till this day, but he's just someone who I love dearly with my soul, but they grew up in a different time and he wouldn't understand how this would ever work out for me. And he's just looking for my best interest, but he really couldn't understand how I could be a coach on the internet. And it wasn't until I started making 10K months that my dad started bragging about me to all his friends and really realized I could do it. So anyone listening, if there's someone in your life who doesn't see your vision, don't let their opinions change your purpose. You know what's best for you. You know the path you're going down. All that matters is you believe in you. If everyone else believes in you and you don't believe in yourself, then you have a problem. But if you're the only one on this planet who believes in you, that is all you need, my love. So what happened next? I built my Instagram. In 3 months, I built it to 10,000 followers, which was actually insane. I'm obsessed with my community. I actually built that whole following without showing my face. I had a huge fear of being seen. That will be on my next, a different episode, but I had a huge fear of being seen. I didn't tell my friends what I was doing for 3 months. I really wanted to make sure that this was going to be successful. So I took a lot of messy action. I invested a lot of money. I did a lot of faith building. And now here we are today with my business. I am Manifesting Queen on Instagram. I am a spiritual business coach, a business mentor, and I have 3 courses now. I help so many clients. I have a mastermind, and I never would have thought that in 1 year my life could change so much. So thank you so much for listening. I'm so glad to have you here, and I can't wait to keep producing these episodes for you. Thank you for letting me live out my dream. I love you all. If you ever want to connect to me, just come to my Instagram, DM me, let me know how you thought this podcast was. Share this so other people can hear it. It would mean so much to me. And if you ever want to work with me, just slide in my DMs and we'll find the perfect course or one-on-one coaching or mastermind or whatever program is right for you. I love you so much.